Tired of your job? Explore the top-earning Metaverse Future Jobs. People were skeptical about the internet and whether it would benefit humanity less than 30 years ago. However, the Metaverse, a network of 3D virtual worlds once considered a pipe dream, is now a reality. Yes, many of the sci-fi movies we're used to seeing are becoming a reality. And if you're like most tech enthusiasts, you're probably excited to see what the future has in store for us. The Metaverse is similar to the real world, a virtual space where people can socialize, work, and play. However, all these activities will be very different from what we're used to. If you are tired of your current job and considering a job in the Metaverse, watch this video till the end, as we explore some of the top-earning Metaverse future jobs. Perhaps you'll find your next career. Let's begin. Metaverse storyteller. As the experience economy and the concept of gamification continues to gain traction, it is only natural to expect great storylines from our extended reality experiences. We want to laugh, cry, and be eager to learn. But in the digital world, we want to see slightly wacky things. This is where the Metaverse storyteller enters the picture. This individual will be in charge of creating immersive quests for users to explore the Metaverse, military training scenarios, hard-to-find marketing opportunities, in the form of narratives for corporations, and psychology sessions. Why slay inner demons when you can pretend to slay them in the digital world? The list goes on and on. They will not be well compensated unless you count exposure as compensation, which you do not. But at the very least, they'll be selling narrative arcs that millions of people will follow to escape the monotony of their daily lives. Isn't that the ideal situation? Metaverse Safety Manager. Do you know how the internet is a haven for all? Yeah, neither do we. Anyone who claims the Metaverse will be any better is delusory. There are numerous opportunities to become a safe, welcoming environment, but this will not happen alone. Privacy, ID verification in-world, protective headgear, adequate sensors. We'll need people to guide and oversee this during the design, validation, and mass production stages, ensuring that our digital world is safe and meets or exceeds applicable regulatory safety requirements, all without sacrificing cutting-edge functionality or design, or of course, revenue. This individual will be the Metaverse Safety Manager. It will not be an easy task. First, they must accurately predict how Metaverse functionalities will be used and potentially abused and identify safety-critical components, systems, and manufacturing steps associated with those predictions. Just thinking about the sheer complexity and number of moving parts in a new digital world makes my head spin. Chief Virtual Officer, CVO. CVOs, or Chief Virtual Officers, will be executives with experience and knowledge of virtual realities. Their primary role will be to advise businesses on how to best present their brand in virtual reality. Gucci is an excellent example of how companies will profit from virtual products. They sold their first handbag on Roblox, an online gaming platform, for more money than it costs in the real world, around $4,000. This position will necessitate extensive executive experience, strong leadership abilities, and a thorough understanding of virtual reality and the digital ecosystem. If you would like to know more about the Metaverse and how to monetize from it, make sure to watch next, our video in the top right corner. I'll also leave a link in the description below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, it would mean the world to our team if you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that you can keep up to date with more videos like this one. Metaverse Research Scientist. Metaverse research scientists will be responsible for more than just creating basic digital models into which corporations or businesses can bring customers and partners. This has already been implemented. However, the future possibilities are limitless, much bigger. Researchers need to create something akin to the theory of everything, in which the entire world is digitally visible and actionable. Think Ready Player One without the fun. This architecture will be the foundation for all other use cases, including games, advertisements, quality control in factories, connected health, DeFi, etc. Metaverse Marketer. There will be marketers who work exclusively with ads in the Metaverse, just as marketers who specialize in social media advertising. To stay in the game and make a profit, every brand must advertise its product and implement marketing strategies both online and offline. The metaverse will be no exception. Some major corporations, such as Nike and Disney, are already planning to enter metaverse as pioneers. They will require metaverse marketing experts to assist them in presenting their brand in the virtual world. What a metaverse marketer will do is not entirely clear at this time. However, unlike ads on the internet or social media, virtual reality advertising will not be as simple as purchasing a banner on a website. Metaverse Lawyers. Because non-fungible tokens, NFTs, are very popular nowadays, metaverse law is already accelerating as an industry. As a result, there will be entirely new asset classes in the metaverse, requiring new laws to govern how you buy, sell, and manage them. Copyright for digital art, trademark laws, tax laws on digital assets, and many other issues will need to be revisited to protect the rights of artists, businesses, and ordinary metaverse users. As a result, it is almost certain that a new generation of lawyers will be born who specialize in metaverse law to protect their clients' rights, assets, companies, intellectual properties, and other assets. With NFTs being on the rise and everyone making money from them, if you are looking to capitalize on its hype, we've made a video on how to generate passive income from them. In this video, we will show you different ways you can monetize and create passive income. Make sure to watch our video next. You can find a link in the top right corner. I'll also leave a link in the description below. Metaverse Hardware Builder. The metaverse will not be built solely on code. Instead, it will be based on sensors, cameras, and headsets. Sensors that detect when someone squeezes your arm online. Cameras detect when you're in a bad mood, so the artificial intelligence doesn't bother you too much. For added realism, headsets simulate the sun and project a summer day in the digital world. And that's before we get to the boring stuff, like inertial measurement units, visual light cameras, and depth cameras to aid in tracking, mapping, and localization. All of the hardware required to create a fully digital world that interacts with the physical world is costly and difficult. As the metaverse grows in complexity, a metaverse hardware builder will be required to assemble and adapt it. Metaverse Planner. Ideas are inexpensive. Execution is costly. Once we have a functioning metaverse, most businesses will require the ability to plan and implement all aspects of functionality into an entirely virtual world and decide what to do within this expanding digital world. This is where the Metaverse Planner enters the picture. The planner will need to drive a strategic portfolio of opportunities, from proof of concept to pilot to deployment, as CEOs set a vision and strategy for creating and growing their company's metaverse revenues. This includes identifying market opportunities, developing business cases, influencing engineering roadmaps, and developing key metrics. They are known as world developers. The metaverse will be a virtual world that mirrors the real world. The main idea is to allow people to do things inside that they might not be able to do in the real world, such as visiting museums in different countries, attending concerts, studying at universities, conducting business online, and so on. The metaverse, like successful games, will require an excellent interface and user experience to attract players to their world. This is where metaverse world designers come in. They will be in charge of creating all aspects of the metaverse, including, but not limited to UI, game systems, game design, and so on. Metaverse Tour Guides. Second last, but certainly not least, we want to talk about Metaverse Tour Guides as a potential future job. Tourism is one of the most important industries today, so it stands to reason that the metaverse will have just as much to discover. When you first enter Metaverse, the Metaverse Tour Guides will be your first port of call. Like today's tourist guides, they will have extensive knowledge of this new world. Furthermore, they will assist you in navigating this new exciting world and finding what you are looking for. Thank you for making it this far. We got one more on our list of top-earning Metaverse future jobs. Let's find out which one it is. Ecosystem developer. The metaverse will not appear by itself owing to the Zuck's will. Instead, it will necessitate the creation of an entire ecosystem. Sensors, CPUs, GPUs, KYC processes, data lakes, green energy generation, edge computing, laws and regulations. The world is complex, and further digitalizing it, beyond what it is now, will be difficult. We can compare that difficulty to the current transition of the automobile industry to electric vehicles. The products are available, but the most significant barrier to their widespread adoption is the lack of widespread charging stations alongside streets and roads and the constant evolution of battery capacities. Similarly, we could have the software and hardware for a metaverse, but be missing everything else. The ecosystem developer would be in charge of coordinating with partners and governments to ensure that the various functionalities created are feasible on a large scale. In addition, they will lobby for government infrastructure investments and mobilize large communities of actors. As you can see, jobs and career paths are beginning to emerge within the metaverse economy. While many new positions will be in computer science and engineering, professionals with strong soft skills, business acumen, and technical expertise can also get in early in non-technical or hybrid roles and see their prospects improve. As the world we live in changes at the speed of light, it's hard to keep up with all the changes. If you feel left behind and want to keep up to date with ways of generating additional income on the side, we recommend you watch our next videos. This way, you can discover additional streams of income you can make while your dream job comes true. Are you ready to immerse yourself in the metaverse? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with someone you care about. Perhaps their dream job would be just around the corner. You never know. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.